Hello everyone, I know it's been a while, but we're going to resume and finish up our Terraria Top 11 event bosses. The last time around we covered 5 of them. The Lunar Pillars, the Morning Wood, Everscream, Flying Dutchman, and the Dark Mage. But we still have at least 6 more to go through, so I hope you enjoy. As always, this list is my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Feel free to share your list down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you, as always. Not everyone always agrees with these lists, but it's always good for discussion. So let's pick it up at number 6 with the Santa NK1. The Santa NK1 is also known as the Santank, is quite powerful. He makes his appearance around wave 7 or 8 and has 3 different attack phases. First there's the chain guns, then there's the presents that launch really high and kind of rain down, and of course the third one is a rocket barrage, which does a lot of damage. All 3 of these phases aren't difficult to dodge, but if you do keep getting hit, they will take a lot of life very fast. For Rangers, the Santa NK1 is very popular because it does drop the chain gun. It will be an easier drop later on in the event as the chance goes higher up with each wave. The drop chance will slightly increase from wave 13 and will keep increasing as you get to wave 20. But if you don't get the chain gun, you may also get the Elf Melter, another very awesome ranged weapon. Overall, it's pretty cool to see a festive mini-boss, and what's a bit freaky is if you get him past half health, his face will fall off to reveal a Skeletron Santa thingy, talking about having nightmares for the holidays. Yeesh, cover it up, Santa. Coming in at number 5 is the Pumpking. It's the leader of the Pumpkin Moon event, and it's really annoying if anything. Having 22,000 hit points on normal mode and 28,600 on expert mode, the Pumpking will fly around trying to hit you and even have projectiles that will come after you at a certain point. What's neat is that his face has 3 different modes, and it switches between all of them. Though, to be honest, I don't always get the opportunity to sit back and enjoy it when you're trying to run for your life and dodge. He has an attack pattern that's very similar to Skeletron, but you have to be careful of his swords because not only do they hurt, but at a certain point he uses them as projectiles by launching these yellow beams at the player. Being the big baddie of the Pumpkin Moon event means he drops the Horseman's Blade, Bat Scepter, Black Fairy Dust, the Spider Egg, Raven Staff, Candy Corn Rifle, and the Jack-O-Lantern Launcher, so he does drop a pretty good amount of weapons. Of course, the most notable is the Horseman's Blade, which is a really strong sword. It's also great at crowd control as well, that can also rival the Terra Blade. Overall, he is a pretty fun boss for the event, but at the end it gets really crazy when you have nothing but Morning Woods and Pumpkins flying across the screen when damage is flying everywhere. Going to number 4, we're going to take it back to the Frost Moon and talk about the Ice Queen. She'll come out after a couple of waves from the Santa NK1 with 34,000 hit points on normal mode and 44,200 in expert mode. You can look at her pretty much the same as the Pumpking from the Pumpkin Moon event, but with a little bit more hit points and a lot more attack power. She also has these snowflake type attacks that come around and hurt the player at some point. It's not too difficult to dodge, but sometimes it may be difficult to try to get her on your screen as she tends to fly about a lot. Her biggest move is when she tends to do an ice twirl attack. It's where she spins around rapidly, shooting ice bolts in all directions. It's probably the player's best chance of doing damage to her because she stays stationary the whole time. Best way to defeat her is by using ranged weapons. Even if you have melee, having the vampire knives will be a big help here. Rangers and mages shouldn't find this too difficult. And while she doesn't drop a lot of loot, she does have some powerful weapons. The Snowman Cannon, the North Pole, the Blizzard Staff, and she also can drop the Reindeer Bells, which is kind of a rare drop, as well as a pet from the Baby Grinch's Mischief Whistle, which is kind of cool. It's very festive for the season. And while it would have been nice to see more loot, it's fine the way it is, considering how powerful the 3 weapons are from the Snowman Cannon, North Pole, and Blizzard Staff. While she's not too annoying, I do find her a bit of a pain. For number 3, we're going to go back to the Old One's army. Take a look at the Ogre. This one's actually really cool. He spawns during Wave 7 in Tier 2 and Waves 5 and 6 in Tier 3. In Tier 2, the Ogre can have 5,000 hit points on normal mode and 10,000 on expert mode, and in Tier 3, it'll have 13,000 for normal mode and 26,000 on expert mode. It has 3 different attacks. The first attack is to jump in the air and then crashing down, which does area damage about 10 blocks wide forward and back. But this can knock your character back quite a bit. The second attack is quite interesting as a snot ball. It splatters in the area and it gives the character slowness, making it a little bit hard to be a defender, and quite nasty. The last attack is a swing with its club, and yeah, that's going to hurt quite a bit. While the attacks are simple, they are very effective. I do somewhat enjoy this event boss because he's different and brings something new to the table, but I also hate this boss because, yeah, he can be a huge pain in the butt, and being oozed by his snot slowing you down is not fun at all. But what's really cool is he does have a tendency to drop a lot of different things. The Apprentice Scarf, Squire's Shield, Huntress's Buckler, Monk Belt, Tome of Infinite Wisdom, Phantom Phoenix, Brand of the Inferno, Sleepy Octopus, Ghastly Glaive, then there's the Pet Creeper Egg, all very cool items. Coming in at number 2 is going to be the Martian Saucer. Now, I almost made this my number 1. This critter can be very annoying. Even when you figure you got its attack pattern down, it changes things up at the last second and can kill you. The Martian Saucer has 27,000 hit points on normal mode and 54,000 hit points on expert mode. It has 2 phases. The first phase isn't too bad as long as you have some form of cover. The second phase, you'll probably need cover, especially if you're in expert mode, as its tractor beam can hit you like a truck. Basically, the beam has the second highest damage in the game, right behind the Dungeon Guardian. Taking out the first 4 parts of the saucer isn't difficult, but once it kicks in the second phase, you'll be forced to work within its pattern. It zigzags back and forth, and just when you think you got it, it can change things up very quickly. The Martian Saucer can drop the Xeno Popper, Xeno Staff, Laser Machine Gun, Laser Drill, Electrosphere Launcher, Charged Blaster Cannon, Influx Waver, Cosmic Car Key, Anti-Gravity Hook, and of course the Trophy. A lot of cool things for a challenging boss. And finally, coming in at number 1 is Betsy. Betsy is a part of the Old One's army, post Golem, which is tier 3. She'll spawn with 50,000 hit points on normal mode and of course 75,000 hit points on expert mode. And while she does have her own AI, she's very similar to Duke Fishron in a way as by flying around and spewing projectiles. Fun, right? Fortunately though, she doesn't have any additional phases as compared to Duke. What's also interesting is that Betsy will focus more on the player instead of the Eternia Crystal, which is down below. Which is kind of neat considering the rest of the Old One's army really focuses on the crystal. You're just kind of in the way. Of course, Betsy can give you the on fire debuff because, being a dragon, it's what she does. She spews the flames. Of course, being one of the strongest bosses in the game, she's going to drop some pretty cool weapons as well. The Aerial Bane, Sky Dragon's Fury, Betsy's Wrath, the Flying Dragon Sword, Betsy's Wings, of course a mask, and a trophy. My final thoughts on Betsy is I feel like she's the perfect type of boss for Terraria. She's a dragon, she spews fire, and she's one of the most powerful bosses in the game. While it may be a bit cliche, it does work, and it is a pretty enjoyable fight in itself. Anyway, that's going to do it for our list. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I apologize for the lack of videos we've had recently, but as you can tell, my voice is definitely getting better, so hopefully we can get back to a schedule again soon and return to normal. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to rate it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. New viewers should subscribe for more videos coming, Terraria, The Walking Dead, and much more in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll see you again next time. The video's over, but there's more where that came from. Be sure to subscribe for more Terraria Let's Plays, Top 5s, and other videos as well as we cover different titles. You can click on one of the videos here for more. Be sure to rate this video accordingly as it helps the channel out greatly. Have yourself a wonderful day, and I will see you again next time.